Welcome, Mr. Denome, and welcome to this market update. And today we have an interesting video because when we take a look at the fundamentals very soon, almost nobody is doing almost nothing, but we are, and we're gonna predict the next price action in this video. We're gonna take a look at the fundamentals, the news, and the chart data, obviously. And before we get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'm aiming for that 40,000 subscriber mark, so please help me do that. Now, let's actually take a look at the charts first. And the first chart we're looking at is the DYDX chart. And the reason is I made a video yesterday saying that I'm going to make a short-term trade here. So I have now exited that trade already because of what Bitcoin is doing. But as you can see, I made the trade here at 85 cents, which was the absolute bottom here, which was quite beautiful. And we came up 7%, and then I closed the trade. And maybe it will go even higher here, maybe it will go all the way up here, but Bitcoin is looking a little bit bearish, so I did decide to close this trade here. So now let's actually head over to Bitcoin and take a look at what it is doing, or mostly what it is not doing. So here, when we are looking at the 4-hour chart, you can see that I was tracking this trend line here. We saw the bullish breakout. I didn't make a video about it, but now we have basically hit this top of this trend line here. And that's where I actually made a short on Bitcoin, which I'm still currently holding. I started it at $59,300, but I do have a large long trade opening here, and I will be accumulating all the way to $46,000 more Bitcoin, and I'm expecting it to go very well. The position is not large enough yet, so I do hope that the price actually goes further down so I can accumulate a bigger position. But all in all, I'm expecting the price to go lower because we did head to this resistance line here. When we take a look at the chart, you can see that we have a bearish divergence here. So here you can see we had a bullish divergence first. So we had a higher low on the RSI, but a lower low on the chart. But now we have a bearish divergence. So we have a higher high on the RSI, but a lower low on the price. So currently we're basically looking for more downside here, in my opinion, looking at the chart. And when we actually take a look at the news, there's currently not a lot of news, bullish or bearish. It's just like a waiting game. And that's the theme for this week, it seems like. So let me show you a couple of news that came out. This was basically the most bullish news that I found out, which is that we now have the first ever AI to AI crypto transaction on blockchain. So this happened in the last 24 hours. And the reason why this is significant is that AI agents, they cannot get bank accounts, but AI, they can get crypto wallets, which means that they can trade with other AI agents and they can trade with real humans. And I can already imagine all the scams that will come with this development, and it's gonna be absolutely crazy. And I don't know what is gonna be like a good use case for AI on crypto. I have no idea. They don't even speculate it on this article, but whatever, we have this first ever AI to AI crypto transaction. Next up, this is a situation in Ireland. So a teacher was jailed for the third time for refusing to call a boy a girl. So the reason I'm talking about this is not to make it political, but simply to say that as the governments get crazier, the laws will get crazier and your life will become crazier as well. And the one way of your life becoming crazier in the Western world is that the laws will make you have less freedoms. And one of the ways they will give you less freedoms is what you can say. And they will come to your wallets as well. So you basically have three choices when you live in an oppressive society. One is to fight it or try to change it. Second is to leave. And the third is that you conform and do whatever the crazy laws tell you to do. And if you want to leave, that is perfectly a good choice. But even if you don't want to leave, you at least should take your money out of the government out of the country. And the best way to take your money out of the country is by buying Bitcoin and self-custodying your Bitcoin. That way, the government cannot shut down your wallet. Just make sure that you have memorized the 12 keys needed to unlock your wallet later on. In case if you need to escape the country or you want to live peacefully, you will not have to deal with a bunch of bureaucracy and all the crazy stuff. Because if you are living in an oppressive society, one thing that tyrants always do is that they close the gates. They stop allowing money to exit the country, and the next thing they do is they block the exits that you cannot physically exit the country as well. So if that will be the future, who knows, maybe it will happen or maybe it will not happen. But if your money is safe, when the money is being blocked, at least your money is not blocked and you can still leave the country. So in all instances, it makes sense to have Bitcoin or have money in crypto where your assets are basically safe from government control. So that's why I'm bringing this, because this is just absolutely nuts in my opinion. Next bullish news we have is that when we take a look at the active addresses on Ethereum blockchain, we are still seeing a lot of action, despite most of the action in this, I don't know if it's a bull run or not, but during the last 6 months, most of the action has been on Solana, on base blockchain, and on other layer 2s and other rival blockchains. But even on Ethereum, we are still seeing a lot of action. So that's at least nice to see. Next, and this is a little bit of a sidetrack, but I thought this is quite interesting. So Major DOGE, or Cool Hot Sauce, he is actually the designer for the Shiba Inu token. And he is actually now part of the DOGE group. And DOGE is it's a meme coin that I was talking about way back when, and then it went to $5, and now the price went to 50 cents. So it dropped in about 90%. And now the token is already up 100% from its bottom. And I think this is gonna be quite nice, because maybe some people from Shiba Inu or from the Doge community will come and buy Doge once again. So this could be a nice thing to see in the future as well. So I just wanted to bring that up. Another Doge news is that Elon Musk's Starlink bank account got frozen. And this is one of those things when I said that the government will get oppressive and they will use your assets against you. So this is how Elon Musk is being basically forced into compliance, into conformity. And here you can see that Dogecoin is fixing this problem, which is actually true. And Elon Musk says that, yeah, you make a good point. So maybe we will see more bull posts for Elon Musk for Doge in the future. At least when the X payment finally comes, which by the way should have come 3 months ago, but we haven't heard any news afterwards. Anyway, eventually that platform will have Doge once again. So I thought it was this was an interesting take here. For fundamentals, when we take a look at Ethereum, the ETFs, we are seeing another day of ETF outflows. So now we're basically seeing how many millions is this? Almost $500 million in outflows from ETFs. So ETF investors are getting fidgety and they are selling. Meanwhile, when we go on-chain data, we're basically not seeing selling or buying. And this is quite worrying to me. So when we take a look at the supply on exchanges, you can see that this is flat. We're not seeing buying or selling in the recent times, or deposits or withdrawals. Funding is still negative, so this is actually bullish, but the stable coins are flat. We're not seeing minting or redemptions of stable coins. When we take a look at the old wallets that have held Bitcoin for a year or 3 years, we're not seeing any activity from these guys after this move that we talked about in Friday's video. And then when we go all the way down here, miners are not doing anything. And finally, when we take a look at the Bitcoin distribution between different wallets, you can see all of these wallets are basically flat as well. So nobody is selling, nobody is buying, they're just waiting mostly. The Ethereum, the ETF folks, they were selling. So this is now giving me a little bit of anxiety that if people are not buying, they are not accumulating in masses, that means that the price is probably going to go to the downside, to be honest. And we have that bearish divergence in the price as well. So these are the reasons why I think that Bitcoin might be heading to the downside in the short term. Now, maybe we go back to the yellow line here, and that will be basically time to go long Bitcoin in the short term. I don't know when it will go. Maybe it will go like this, and then we have that move to the downside. Could go either way. I have no idea. But as of now, Bitcoin is extremely boring. So if you're still holding your stable coins, which I said that you can just skip September and come back in October, and October is usually a good month for Bitcoin. This is basically exactly what I mean. This is not the time to get into Bitcoin this month yet. It looks like to me. Now, obviously, things could change very rapidly, and maybe I will flip bullish in the very short term. I have no idea yet, but as of now, we have basically come out of this bear zone here, but now we hit this resistance, so I'm just expecting further downside with this bearish divergence here on the chart. So all in all, when we take a look at just Bitcoin, this is looking like it wants to go further down. But when we take a look at altcoins, here we are seeing something interesting. So first altcoin that I'm just looking at is synthetics. And the reason why I'm talking about this is that the recent price move here has been quite insane. So meanwhile, actually, let's go back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now is down roughly 20% from its all-time high. And previously, when we had a pullback, a 20% move to the downside was the best time to actually buy Bitcoin. And this happened there, this happened here as well. And also when we take a look at this price move, this was also minus 20%. And now we're still looking at minus 20% from its all-time high. So this could be, normally, if dip buyers are correct, this would be the absolute time when dip buyers should buy in and just accumulate the hell out of Bitcoin. But as we can see from the chart, we are not seeing accumulation yet. Or at least as of now in this exact price moment here. So that's why I'm kind of expecting further downside. But when we take a look at altcoins, you can see that all of these altcoins are like OG altcoins, trusted altcoins. These are generating revenue. They are proven to be worthy. And this, meanwhile, when Bitcoin was down minus 20%, this is down minus 80%, minus 75%. So that is absolutely insane. And when we take a look at the price of SNX here, for example, we are basically below the previous bear market low. How can that even be possible in a bull market? That is absolutely insanity. But here's the good news. So when we draw the bottom for this trend line here, you can see something interesting. When we take a look at the price move of this move here, you can see that it looks like we've basically come to the end of this price move already. I don't know if you can draw it like this, probably not, and you will laugh my ass off when I do this, but it just looks like the price of SNX has come to an absolute end. And when we just take a look at how much would it take to get a 100% gain on this token, you can see that we only need to go roughly halfway to where we were before to get a plus 100% gain on SNX. So luckily, during this time of the market, we have been mostly bullish on Bitcoin and talking about Bitcoin and not a lot of talking on altcoins. I made losses on Matic, but some of these altcoins have just completely crashed. So I'm happy I wasn't holding these coins. But now they're starting to look good. And mostly they will be good after we come out of this structure here. So even on SNX, I would advise a little bit caution, a little bit patience. get out of this yellow line here and then get in on the altcoins. So even now, this is kind of, as you can see, by the way, on the chart right now, now we're looking at the 30th of September. So once again, going into the October is bullish narrative. When we take just another coin here, for example, DOGE, which what we were talking about here, it is also in this kind of descending pattern here. And it looks like it could be at the bottom here at a 1 cent, 10 cents. So could be nice thing to buy. But as you can see previously, when we've been in these bear markets, once we actually break out, that's when the true magic happens. And right now, we are still basically below the trend line here. So a little bit patience is basically what I'm asking for. Matic was very interesting because Matic, take a look at what Matic did here on its own trend line. Matic broke out of the trend line. Another thing is back in the back below the trend line. So maybe it wants to break out, it wants to break free. Tomorrow on 4th of September, they will have the migration from the Matic token to the POL token. So after the that event, maybe consider getting into Matic. As of now, this is the last day here, but it already had the flat lining. So tomorrow is going to be a little bit uncertain day, but on 5th of September, if the price is nice, you might get into Matic here. Or maybe not, I don't know. You decide for your own. But let's see what's another altcoin that's interesting. Let's take a T-Fuel because I've been talking about that also. So T-Fuel, once again, it also broke out. And then it went below here once again, which is a little bit sad. But it is what it is. Another one, what will I think of? Solana is not. I'm not bullish on Solana at all. I don't even want to talk about Solana. What would be a coin that I do want to talk about for this video? DYDX. No, we already talked about it. LDO. Let's take a look at LDO USD. So LDO, it had that huge price drop here. This actually just looks quite nice because it's completely overextended here on the price. Let's see if we can spot any divergences on the 4 hour. So it shows a bearish divergence here on the automatic RSI indicator, but here you can see a bullish divergence just manually looking at it. So this could be nice. You can make a nice trade here with LDO, by the way. Just trade it until the top of this channel here. Have your stop loss below this bottom here at 95 cents. But overall, all in all, this is, in my opinion, quite bullish token. LDO looks very, very nice. Even at these price levels, by the way. It hasn't had a breakout, but this is so close to these bottoms here. You can even draw like this trend line here as well. Just like, come on. It's a very good. Actually, have your stop loss below here and accumulate more LDO if the price goes lower. That's much better. LDO is bullish. Actually, yeah, I can call it LDO is bullish. I would buy it here. What else? Let's talk about TRX. Yeah, that has been bullish, so let's take a look at the price here. It's halfway, so it's on a. If it wants to go back to the channel up there, what would be the price? 20 cents. I don't know. I had a fake out here. Just so high, it's not undervalued in my opinion. but it has a lot of action with the meme tokens on Tron now. No bearish divergences that I can see, except just at the top here. Here is a bearish divergence. Yeah. All in all, September, just wait. I think that's the best idea for now. And just get ready to get into your positions as the October comes closer. But as of now, I think it's worthwhile just to wait more. LDO looked very good though. So that's everything I have for this video. If you didn't like the video yet, consider clicking the like button. It's helping me out, and subscribe to the channel so we can get 40,000 subscribers here. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks and bye bye.